What's up with black people claiming I'm an imposter and they're the real Jews? This isn't just a Twitter meltdown. This is a specific 130-year-old theology that evolved from a message of hope into a weapon of hate. And to understand where it comes from, we have to go back to the American South. The story begins right after the Civil War. Former slaves were looking for dignity in a world that treated them like animals. They read the Bible and saw people who were enslaved, oppressed, and exiled, the ancient Israelites, and they thought, that sounds like us. In 1896, a man named William Saunders Crowdy claimed he had a vision that African Americans were the lost tribes of Israel. At this stage, it wasn't necessarily about hating Jews. It was about reclaiming black dignity. It was a way to say, we aren't slaves, we're royalty. However, at the same time, another preacher named F.S. Cherry was teaching something darker, that white people generally were inherently evil and hated by God. The seeds were planted. In the 1920s, a man named Wentworth Arthur Matthew founded a black synagogue in Harlem. He didn't want to fight the Jewish community, he wanted to join it. He used Orthodox prayer books, kept kosher, and applied to join the New York Board of Rabbis, but the Ashkenazi establishment rejected him. They didn't accept his credentials or his lineage. This rejection sparked a theological crisis. If we are the real Jews and they're rejecting us, then they must be fake. Matthew began teaching that European Jews were descendants of the Khazars, a medieval Turkic tribe that converted to Judaism. The impostor narrative was born. In the late 1960s, a radical school opened at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem. This is where the modern Black Hebrew Israelite movement was born. They created the famous 12 tribes chart, which assigned every Black and Latino group a specific biblical tribe. African Americans were the tribe of Judah. Jamaicans were Benjamin. Mexicans were Issachar. But if these groups are Israel, who are we? The leaders of 1 West taught that modern Jews are Edomites, the descendants of the biblical Esau, Jacob's twin brother. In the Bible, Esau was born red and hairy, which they interpret as white skin. And most importantly, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. So the theology is the white man, Esau, knows he lost a blessing, so he's masquerading as a Jew, Jacob, to steal it back. This theology didn't stay on the street corner. It merged with the Nation of Islam. Louis Farrakhan adopted the imposter theory to explain why Jews had so much power. He argued the reason they control the world was because they stole our identity to hide their true nature as Edom. So what started as a former slave trying to find hope in the Bible has mutated into a conspiracy theory that tells millions of people your identity was stolen, and those are the people who stole it. Now you know.